0, pi over 2, pi. This one down here is 3 pi over 2. And this one is 2 pi. Alright, some students don't recognize if 15 pi over 4 is on the first rotation. So what you can do is now we can convert these to common denominators. This one has a common denominator 4. To make 2 pi a fraction, I can put it over 1. And then I'm going to multiply this number by 1. 4 over 4. This gives me 2 times 4 gives me 8 pi over 4. In class, is this more than one full rotation or less than? It's more than one full rotation. It's 15 pi, and this is 8 pi over 4. So just look at the number, 15 and 8. What does that mean? That means that this number is too big, and I need to find a coterminal angle, so I'm going to subtract 8 pi over 4. If I subtract 8 pi over 4, I get what? 7 pi over 4. That basically means that 15 pi over 4 and 7 pi over 4 are the coterminal angles. The question is, where is 7 pi over 4? Well, I have to make them all common denominators to understand where 7 pi over 4 is. If I want a denominator of 4, I'm going to have to multiply this number by 1, which is 2 over 2. And this gives us 2 pi over 4. Let me box that so we have a reference. Class, how do you make this one a fraction? Put over 1. We're going to multiply this number by 4 over 4. If I multiply across, what do I get? 4 pi over 4. Class, this one will be what? 6 pi over 4. And we know that this one is 8 pi over 4. Okay, so we have 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Put your finger where 7 would be. 7 is a number between 4 and 6. Is that right? It's a number between 6 and 8. So you have this one now. Pay attention. This is 6 pi over 4, and this is 7 pi over 4. So to go from 6 to 7, the distance here is 1 pi over 4. The distance from here to here is 1. So this is also 1 pi over 4. Put your finger on the reference angle. The reference angle would be this one, because we're trying to make a triangle using our bow tie. There's my reference triangle. Therefore, theta prime is pi over 4. So use your coterminal angles just like we did. Make common denominators the place where your ray is. Make your triangle like a bow tie, or in this case going to the x-axis. And remember, your reference angle is inside the triangle.